Loneliness is often misunderstood as simply being alone, but psychologically, it is something different. Loneliness is the gap between the social connection we want and the connection we actually experience. A person can be surrounded by people, have a busy social life, and still feel lonely. At the same time, someone who spends a lot of time alone may feel completely content. This is because loneliness is not about numbers. It is about meaning, emotional safety, and feeling understood. From a psychological point of view, humans are wired for connection. Our brains evolved to survive in groups, so social bonds became a basic need, just like food and sleep. When these bonds feel weak or unreliable, the brain reacts as if there is a threat. This is why loneliness often comes with anxiety, overthinking, and a constant sense of unease. For example, when someone feels ignored or emotionally disconnected, their mind may start replaying conversations, questioning their worth, or assuming rejection, even where none exists. One important concept linked to loneliness is perceived rejection. This means it is not always what others do that causes loneliness, but how we interpret their actions. A friend replying late to a message may be busy, but a lonely mind may interpret it as lack of interest. Over time, this pattern strengthens negative beliefs like, "I am not important," or "people don't really care." These beliefs then shape behavior, making a person withdraw, communicate less, or avoid reaching out, which ironically increases loneliness. Loneliness also affects how we behave socially. Research shows that when people feel lonely, they become more cautious and sensitive in interactions. They may speak less, avoid eye contact, or hold back their true thoughts to avoid rejection. Others might react in the opposite way, becoming overly talkative or seeking constant validation. In both cases, the goal is the same: to feel accepted. However, these behaviors can sometimes push people away, creating a cycle where loneliness feeds itself. Another key psychological aspect is emotional loneliness versus social loneliness. Social loneliness is about the lack of a social network, such as not having friends or regular interaction. Emotional loneliness is deeper. It is the absence of a close emotional bond where someone truly understands you. A person may have many friends, but no one they feel safe opening up to. Emotional loneliness tends to hurt more, because it touches our need to be seen and valued for who we really are. Loneliness also changes how we think about ourselves. Long-term loneliness is strongly linked to low self-esteem. When connection is missing, people often assume they are the problem. They may think they are boring, unlovable, or not good enough. Over time, these thoughts can turn into a fixed self-image. This is why loneliness is closely connected to depression. It slowly convinces a person that isolation is permanent even when it is not. Technology has added another layer to modern loneliness. Social media gives the illusion of connection, but not always the feeling of it. Seeing others' highlights can make people compare their private struggles with others' public moments. This can increase feelings of exclusion and inadequacy. Liking a post or sending a short message does not always replace deep conversation, shared silence, or emotional presence which the brain actually needs. The psychological way out of loneliness does not start with having more people around, but with changing how we relate to ourselves and others. Small, consistent actions matter more than dramatic changes. Making eye contact, listening without distraction, sharing a small, honest thought, or reconnecting with one safe person can slowly rebuild trust and connection. Therapy often helps because it provides a space where a person feels heard without judgment, sometimes for the first time. Loneliness is not a personal failure. It is a human signal. Just like hunger tells us we need food, loneliness tells us we need meaningful connection. When understood this way, loneliness becomes less about shame and more about awareness. By recognizing the patterns in our thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors, we can begin to respond to loneliness with curiosity instead of self-blame. And in doing so, connection becomes possible again, not by forcing it, but by allowing it to grow naturally.